And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the USC Aiken Convocation Center for today's basketball matchup featuring the visiting Columbus State Cougars and your USC Aiken Pacers. As tip-off is underway, we are underway. And I am Marcus Johnson giving you the play-by-play action for this Peach Belt matchup. Pacers coming into today's game with a 4-2 overall record, 3-1 in the conference, and half a game outside of first place as they sit in third. Pacers with the ball to start things off. Pearson looking for an open shot. He puts one up. That one misses, and it's going to end up out of bounds, but a shot clock violation will be called before anything else can get going. So Columbus State will get the ball, and we'll go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Columbus State. Kalen Clifton starting for today along with Christian Chambers. Hunter Preston out there along with Nelson Haskin, and the final man out there, Anthony Moore, are the first five to see the court for the Columbus State Cougars. Long three-point shot is good for number 15, Hunter Preston, and Columbus State strikes first, 3-0. Gus Rowland with the ball as he moves it up. Other Pacer starters, Traven Black is out there along with Terry Horn and Jacoby Pearson. As we mentioned, Gus Rowland. And on Yuri Castillo, the final man out there, three-point try from Terry Horn. That one goes off of the rim and bounces into the hands of the Columbus State defenders and will be brought back into the Pacer zone. Pass under the basket. Pacer defense able to match up to it, but a quick pass to Nelson Haskin results in 2 points. And we're going to get our first stoppage of play and a timeout called by the Pacer bench, a 30-second timeout. I'll allow us to give us a quick little preview of what we have going on today. Matching USC Aiken's 4-2 overall record, you have Columbus State, who's coming in a 2-3 overall record, also 2-3 in conference play. Searching for their first road win of the year as they are 0-1 when they are the visiting squad. Player to look out for USC Aiken is Latraven Black, who is doing an excellent job on offense and defense. Latraven Black leading the Pacer squad with a .519 field goal percentage that's to go along with 13.2 average points per game and 10 rebounds average per game. He's averaging a double-double, the only player out there for either squad who can boast those kinds of numbers. Castillo with the ball as he picks up a quick pass, tries to move in towards the basket. Looking for an open lane, makes a turn, puts a shot up, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Columbus State comes down with it. Stolen back away by Black, and he puts it off the glass and in for the Pacers' first score of the game. Black just doing a little pickpocket move, and it results in 2 points. And now Columbus State will try to answer right back. Moving up with the ball is Moore. Moore passes it on off to Haskin. Haskin looking for an open man. He'll give it on off to Preston. Quick little drive in towards the basket. Shot goes up. Rebound battled for, and Rowland coming away with the rebound. Black with a pass on out. Castillo looking for three. That one's no good. Rebound scooped on up by Clifton. Clifton trying to do it all himself. Puts a shot up in the paint. No good. Rebound bounces around. Picked back up by Columbus State. Shot back on up. Rebound punched out of bounds by the Pacers' Castillo. And it'll be Columbus State ball with a fresh 20-second shot clock. Clifton looking to inbound it. Good coverage by the Pacers, and it results in a turnover. Gus Rowland picking it out of the air on the deflection. Rowland passes it on out. Horn looking for three, and Horn drains it for 3 points. We're all tied up at 5. Anthony Moore will bring it up slowly. He is checked by Terry Horn. Bounce pass over to Preston. Now he'll try to get things set up by handing it back on off. Moore driving in towards the paint, putting a shot up off the backboard and in for 2. Pacers will bring it back on up. Just under 17 to go here in the first half. Castillo passes it back to Pearson, who had a little trouble with it, but he corrals it in time. Moving in towards the basket, thinks about a shot, passes it off to Horn. Horn dancing around, under 10 to go on the shot clock, and a whistle here will call a travel on Terry Horn. And so Columbus State will take over. Moore bringing it up slowly, unchecked as he crosses half court. Moore gives it on off to Chambers. Chambers fakes a pass, ends up giving it to Clifton. Now Clifton trying to look for an open lane. He'll pass it on off. Now just passing it around the arc. Three-point try coming up, and that one is good by Anthony Moore, who put it on a line, earmarked for the basket. 10-5 now your score. This is trying to get an answer here. Rowland, fake move, jumps into the paint, puts it up, and puts it in for two. Once again, Columbus State taking their time as they bring it up into the Pacer end. Clifton with the ball, giving it on off to Preston. Long shot here from Chambers. Chambers misses the basket off the glass, and that rolls into the Pacer bench along with Hunter Preston. And that will bring us to our first media timeout of the half. 15:34 to go in the first half, and the Cougars lead the Pacers 10-7. And we are back from the media timeout. Again, it's a 3-point lead for Columbus State as USC Aiken takes over possession. Rowland meets a little bit of pressure, but he's able to give it off to Pearson. Now Pearson met with some resistance as he passes it back to Rowland. Aggressive defensive stance here by Columbus State. Plenty of time on the shot clock, though. No need to rush it as Rowland looks for three. Off the back of the rim and into the hands of Columbus State's Preston. Cougars will bring it up. Christian Chambers with a pass. All the way back to Chambers as he tries to get in under the basket, and he gets his pocket picked as Rowland brings it back the other way quickly. Rowland driving in towards the basket, puts his shot up. No good, but a foul will be called here on Columbus State. We'll see who gets tagged with it in just a moment. And it looks like it's going to be on Hunter Preston. And we will see Gus Rowland go to the line for a couple of free tries. First one is up, and it's a bit short. The score stays unchanged. Lorenzo Anderson will come onto the court now for Columbus State. He's taking the spot of Christian Chambers. And Rowland's second try is good, so the score now 10-8. Pacers now only down by 2. Anderson bringing the ball up quickly. Gets a pass on off. Picked off by the Pacers, and bringing it down is Tyler Johnson, and Johnson puts it in to tie things up 10-all. Good steal and score by Tyler Johnson, who checked in to the game, and he's already making his presence felt. Columbus State back with the ball, trying to answer right back, cut the momentum. Long three-point try is short. Ball bounces around in the air, and Rowland has it, but they're going to call a jump ball as he snatched the ball away just as the whistle blew. And Davian Thomas will come on for Columbus State. He'll take over for Nelson Haskin as Haskin heads to the bench. Pacers will have to play defense here as Columbus State will have the ball on the jump ball. Inbound pass into Thomas, who hands it off right away to Anderson. Anderson directing traffic now. Anderson moves it on up, passes it back on off. Three-point basket try is no good. Rolls out of bounds, kept in bounds though, and Columbus State, with only 4 seconds on the shot clock, will have to be quick here. Shot goes up and off of the back of the rim, no good, and rebound picked up by the Pacers. Pearson with the rebound, brings it up himself, gets it to Castillo, who gets it to Rowland. Rowland thinks about moving in. Long arcing pass is picked up by Black, who stays in bounds to keep the play going. Pearson. Double team, pass to Castillo. Castillo looking for three. That's just short. Rebound is picked up by the Pacers, although a little pushing and shoving goes on, and I think a foul will be called here on Kaylin Clifton. And that is the call. No shots, but a new clock for the Pacers. Donovan Hairston and Darius Bell will come onto the court for USC Aiken now. Pacers inbound, and Castillo goes up trying to get a quick shot off, does not, but a foul will be called here. And getting called for the foul. Davian Thomas getting credited for the foul, and I believe Castillo will go to the line now to try to give the Pacers the lead. And Castillo good on the first shot. 11-10 now the score. Now we'll see Ladarius Jones check into the lineup for Columbus State as Anthony Moore heads to the bench. Castillo's second try is also good. And the Pacers with a 2-point lead here with 13:33 to go. Jones passed it on off. He got it right back, though. Quick passing game here by Columbus State. Anderson trying to get around Johnson. Johnson with some good pressure here. Drives in just in front of the free throw line. Shot is up and no good. Castillo with the rebound. Pacers back the other way. Pearson gets a little bit of a screen, gets an open shot for three, and Pearson puts it down for the three-point basket. Columbus State now trailing by 5 as they bring it in. Jones dancing around. He gets a bit of a block there. Still outside the three-point arc. Columbus State looking for a way into the paint. Pacers with some good defense now as Thomas passes it off. Still around the horn. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Arcing pass back on out for Preston. Preston can't get around Castillo. Now he tries to, passes it back on out. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Three-point try is no good. Rebound batted out of bounds, and it'll be Columbus State ball. And I think they'll say that Pearson just got a fingertip on it. Well, Columbus State able to avoid the shot clock violation, and they get an extra added bonus of the ball going out on a Pacer hand, so they'll get a new shot clock. Chance to try to do something here. But not before we get a foul called. Donovan Hairston getting called with a foul there. First foul of the day for USC Aiken. Jones will inbound it. He gets it over to Anderson. Now Anderson passes it on off to Preston. Preston looking for a way around Castillo. Almost has his pocket picked, but he's bailed out by Jones. Back on over to Thomas. Thomas gets it to Preston. Preston back on off. Shot is up, and it's no good, but Anderson able to draw the foul after taking the shot. So it looks like we'll have a couple of free throws as Donovan Hairston gets his second foul in less than a minute. First shot is good for Anderson. Pacer lead cut to 4. Montez Oliver and Gus Rowland back out there for USC Aiken as Hairston and I believe Pearson will head to the bench. Yep, Pearson is there. Second free throw try. is also good, 15-12. Rowland gets the pass, and he'll move it up. Oliver with the ball, passes it right back on off. Now Johnson, quick pass to Castillo. Castillo tries to move in, but backs off. Looking for three, though. Off the rim, no good. Picks up his own rebound into the paint. Pass it back out to Oliver. Rowland, back to Oliver. Oliver thinks about it, gives it to Johnson, and a travel call on Johnson will end that offensive drive. And a full media timeout coming on up. 15-12 is your scores. We have 11:43 left to go in the first half. On the offensive as they trail the Pacers by 3 as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. Columbus State ends up having a little miscommunication on their offensive play scheme. They're able to recover just in time, though, to avoid a disaster. Long three-point try goes off the back of the rim. Pacers keep it in. Pass is broken up and stolen back by Columbus State. It'll get a fresh shot clock. A lot of confusion out there on both ends of the ball. And Columbus State coming away with it. No harm, no foul. Jones with the ball. He's checked by Johnson. Gets a little quick bounce pass in. Shot goes up and does not go in. Pacers come up with the rebound on the hands of Johnson. Rowland slows things up. Gets the rest of his squad into position. Oliver back to Rowland. Rowland spins around, jumps it up, puts it up, and puts it in for 2. Columbus State back quickly the other way. Shot is no good, but Lorenzo Anderson once again able to draw the foul. And if it wasn't for the laws of physics, he would have been able to go for a three-point play on the foul. First shot is up from Jones, and it is good, 17-13. Devin Porter-Wilson will come on for Columbus State, and Terry Horn will take over for Darius Bell on the USC Aiken side of things. Second shot is up, and it is no good, and the rebound picked up by LaTraven Black. A little bit of a press here from Columbus State, but they're backing off as Rowland brings it up. Oliver gives him a bit of a screen. Horn looking for an open man. He finds Black. Black driving in hard towards the basket, puts his shot up, but it's no good. Rebound picked on up by Porter Wilson. Back the other way, Columbus State with the ball. Anderson, checked by Johnson. Anderson almost loses it, recovers just in time. Johnson adding a lot of pressure here, burning a lot of time on that shot clock. Porter Wilson Tried to take it himself, puts his shot up. That one going nowhere, but into the hands of Black. Black brings it up, gives it to Oliver. DeMontez Oliver will give it to Rowland. Rowland directs traffic now. Now it's back into hands of Oliver, but right back to Rowland. Rowland looking for Oliver, finds him. Oliver looking for three, and Oliver putting it down for three. Pacers lead it by 7. It's 20-13. 9:21 to go. Jones with the ball. Checked by Rowland, gets a pass on off. Moore shuffling his way under the basket, tries to put a shot up. He does, and draws the foul at the same time, so we will get a trip to the charity stripe for Anthony Moore. And Tyler Johnson will get tabbed with the foul. Moore puts his first shot up, and it goes in. 2014. Second shot up. That one just short, and DeMontez Oliver scoops it up out of the air. And the Pacers back the other way. Intercepted as Rowland's pass is picked off. Taking it down is Anderson, who slides it on up and in for 2 points. Rowland now moving in, trying to correct his mistake. No whistle, as there was a lot of physical contact on that shot attempt. Back the other way goes Columbus State, and now we'll get a whistle, but this time it's a call of foul on the Pacers as Terry Horn trying to keep Lorenzo Anderson from doing any more damage than he has already done for this Columbus State squad. And the first shot bounces off the front of the rim but goes down. Chambers will check back in for Columbus State, and we'll see Anyuri Castillo back out there for USC Aiken as well. Second free throw try is also good. Pacer lead now 2 points, 20-18 your score. Castillo and Pearson will bring it up together. Castillo gets double teamed, but he gets a pass on off to Oliver. Oliver giving it to Pearson. Pearson moving on in. Pearson in the paint, loses it for a minute, gets it out to Horn. Horn looking for the three-point basket, and Horn puts one down. Big three-point play by the Pacers. Columbus State back quickly the other way, and a call of travel stops that one right in its tracks as Anthony Moore was looking to find an open man in the corner for another three-point try. But instead it's a turnover and Pacer ball. Pacers bring it up slowly. Pearson giving it to Horn. Black now takes over. Hands it off to Oliver. Oliver jumps up, puts a shot up. No good. Rebound picked up by Columbus State. Fresh off the rebound, Christian Chambers, who passes it on off to Anderson. Anderson kicks it out. Quick pass play, though, from Columbus State. And that one's going to roll out of bounds, but I'm going to say, I believe, Terry Horn got a hand on it, but a timeout will be called on the floor. 23-18 is your score. Pacers leading Columbus State with 7:47 to go in the first. the year. Pacers spreading the points around quite a bit as the leading scorer is Terry Horn with 6, and Gus Rowland follows behind with 5, but nobody's really taken command yet and been that powerful offensive presence. That just shows that the Pacers are able to spread the offense around and keep the defense from keying on any one guy for too long. Columbus State with the ball fresh out of the timeout, though. Fresh 20-second shot clock slowly ticking down as Chambers moves in, passes it on off, and it's going to be a good basket for Devin Porter-Wilson as he taps it off the glass and in for 2. Pearson gets it to Horn. Horn almost drops it. And they're able to recover in time. Terry Horn looking for an open lane, puts a shot up off the back of the rim, rebound up in the air, and snatched by Lorenzo Anderson. Now Anderson brings it up himself. Three-point try coming up, and it is good as Christian Chambers picked up the clean pass and puts it down to tie things up at 23. Oliver with the pass to Horn, who gives it right back to him. Now Castillo takes it near the paint. Back on out to Terry Horn. Horn in the corner, giving it to DeMontez Oliver. Pearson can't handle the pass, and it's Columbus State ball. Preston in for Columbus State, and Johnson in for USC Aiken. Columbus State with the ball. Pass is almost broken up, but Columbus State keeping control. A little pushing and shoving here and there, but Christian Chambers backs off a little bit, lets the team set up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chambers driving in hard, and good defense by the Pacers. 7 seconds on the shot clock, but a good defensive stand there by Latraven Black to deny 2 points for Chambers. Passes in quickly. Almost out of bounds. Anderson looking to get in there. Gets his shot off, and it's off the rim and no good. Gus Rowland there for the rebound. Rowland directing Castillo where he wants him. Now he'll give the ball to Castillo. Black with the ball, trying to get around the defender, driving in towards the basket, and he gets his pocket picked, but in doing so draws the foul. We'll see if they called that on the floor or on the shot. Anthony Moore will get called for the foul, and it looks like we're going to get a couple free throws here for number 1, Latraven Black. Pacers with an opportunity to regain the lead and break this tie. First shot is up. And after it bounces around 3 or 4 times, it goes down 24-23. Second try from Black. That one just short. Columbus State will take the rebound. And then we'll bring it up the other way, but the Pacers regain the lead, albeit by 1. Chambers, checked by Rowland, gets his pass on off into the far corner. Clifton passes it back on off. As Preston trying to get around the defense, puts a shot up, no good. Latraven Black with the rebound, bringing it the other way. Black still with it. Kicks it back to Castillo. Castillo looking for the three-point basket, no good. Rebound broken up, but stolen away by Columbus State. Anthony Moore passed on off to Anderson. That one back on out into the far corner. All alone looking for 3 points is number 5, Clifton, and he puts it around the rim, no good. Pacers coming the other way. Rowland stops, puts a shot up, rolling around, no good. Rebound picked up by Anderson. Anderson the other way. Checked by Johnson. He'll give it to Preston, who gives it right back to Moore. Moore putting his shot up. That one will not go as Castillo snatches it out of the air for the rebound. A lot of back and forth action, but no baskets yet as both teams have been denied by the laws of physics themselves. Rowland giving it to Horn. And we're going to get a stoppage here. Looks like a foul going to be called on Columbus State. Chambers getting called with a foul, so that is the correct call. Substitutions being made here for both squads as they get a bit of a shift change going. Pacers will inbound it with a 20-second shot clock. Castillo gets it stripped, but as he stripped it, Lorenzo Anderson stepped out of bounds, so Pacers will keep the ball. Only 1 second burned off of the shot clock. Rowland takes the ball on the inbound pass, gives it on out to Pearson. Pearson steps, puts a shot up. That one just short. Rebound scooped up by Black, but he's going to get called for a foul as he nearly threw Hunter Preston to the ground. In fact, he did throw Hunter Preston to the ground. .424 to go as Columbus State trails only by 1 point. Good defensive stands from both squads here in the last couple of minutes. Clifton stumbles, stolen away. Pearson brings it back. He sends it to Black, who can't make it go down, but Black is able to draw the foul, and so we'll get a couple of free shots here for LaTraven Black. A 2-on-1 the other way, and it still would not go down as Columbus State opted for the foul instead of the free basket. So Black, another trip to the charity stripe. And the first one is no good, so a good call to take the foul as it denies at least 1 point for USC Aiken. Second try is good, so the Pacers now lead it by 2, 25-23. Pacers putting on the pressure here, trying to keep Columbus State pinned in their own zone. Now they'll back off a little bit as the Cougars bring it in the other way. Anderson, checked by Rowland. Looking for an open man to pass it to. He gives it to Preston. Preston dancing around, puts his shot up, and he puts it in. And we're all tied up again at 25. On the hands of Rowland, USC Aiken will bring it in. Rowland gets a bit of a screen, spin move, puts it out to Castillo. Castillo's shot is good for 3. Gus Rowland making some moves, and finishing it off is on Yuri Castillo. Good teamwork there, good communication by the Pacer offense. Now bringing it on in, Preston almost has it stolen away, gives it to Anderson. Anderson puts his three-point shot up, no good on Yuri Castillo on the rebound. Pearson quickly brings it in, hard press towards the basket, no good, foul called, and it looks like it's going to be a couple of free throws for Jacoby Pearson and the Pacers. And the under 4 minute media timeout is put into play. 3:04 to go. Pacers lead 28-25 with 2 free throws pending. Well, Columbus State is all ready to go. Pacers still taking a few moments in their corner to go over the upcoming strategy. Just a little over 3 minutes to play in the first half. It has been a pretty even matchup for both squads. When one team's defense is on, the other team's defense is on. And the same goes for the offense, as neither side can really gain any distance on the scoreboard just yet. believe the largest lead of the day was 5 points. Go ahead and look at the overall stats just to see if that is indeed the case. First free throw attempt is good for Pearson, and the Pacers add a little more to their lead. And the largest lead of the day was 7 points. That was by USC Aiken. And the lead will stay at 4 as the second free throw attempt is no good, and Columbus State will bring it up. Columbus State getting things going. Clifton can't find an open man. Tries to get a pass on off, and it's deflected out of bounds by Tyler Johnson. A lot of time on the shot clock was eaten up as they only have 12 seconds left to try to get something going here. Well, Darius Jones with it as he is met by Rowland. Bit of a screen there, but the pass is clean and off. And here's a three-point try by Hunter Preston, and he's able to put it down and in. Pacer lead cut to 1. Rowland driving in towards the basket, kicks it out for Castillo. Castillo, with all the time in the world, can't get the three-pointer to go. Columbus State the other way. Driving in hard towards the basket, kicked out to the corner. Three-point try by Gilbert is no good. Pacers with the rebound, though, and they will bring it the other way. Johnson to Rowland. Rowland has no open lane, so he'll pass it on off to Pearson. Pearson in towards the basket, puts the shot up, and puts it in for 2. Pearson able to weave his way through the defense to get a clear lane on the basket there, and it resulted in 2. His pace is a little bit more breathing room here. Going to blow the play dead. It looked like Rowland was able to steal it away, but I think they'll say might have gone off a foot or something with a kick ball. Either way, the ball will stay with Columbus State. Kalen Clifton will inbound it. Passing around the horn. Anthony Moore giving it off. Shot up. No good. Rebound picked up by Preston. Preston trying for a shot of his own. No call, foul, no basket. Ball still bouncing around, and the Pacers come up with it. Rowland moving it in, out to the corner. Pearson now, he's checked as he thought he almost had a free shot. In under the paint, back out to Rowland. Rowland thinks about a shot. No, passes it back on out to Pearson. Pacers eating some time on the clock as we reach the final minute of play in the first half. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pearson under for Black. Black can't get an open shot off, puts the shot up, no good. Picked up by Ladarius Jones of Columbus State. Back on out to Preston. Preston is double teamed, but he gives it to Jones. Jones driving in towards the paint, gives it into the near corner, and Anthony Moore. Moore looking for 2, no good. Rebound picked up by Rowland. He almost stepped out of bounds, but it's picked off in the air. Shot is waved off, I believe. No, they're going to say it was a good basket. Hunter Preston with the basket and an option for a three-point play. Latraven Black called for the foul there. And before we get to the three-point play, a timeout, 30-second timeout, is called. So a chance here for Columbus State to even things up at 31 apiece as Hunter Preston goes to the line for the three-point play. And it's no good. Castillo snatches it out of the air for the rebound. Pacer lead remains safe for the time being. Under 30 seconds to go in the half. Pacers will take their time, eat up a lot of shot clock as they can. As Rowland has it. 13 seconds on the shot clock, 15 seconds on the game clock. Rowland looking for a three-point basket, and Gus Rowland gets it to go. Big three-point basket as we come towards the end of the half. Columbus State trying to hurry things up, and they're going to call a travel on the Cougars. Although Castillo goes down on the ensuing play. So Castillo just a little shaken up as he is helped up by his teammates. No need for the trainer. That is a good sign when your leading scorer goes down. A collective gasp can be heard throughout the entire Pacer team and fandom. They are going to go ahead and make a substitution, however. I believe Jalen McCoy will come in for Castillo to give him a little bit of break with 1.4 seconds to go. Quick pass in, shot goes up, and it is good! 3-point basket as time expires. Jalen McCoy comes off the bench and drains it for the three-point play. And a little argument here from Columbus State trying to see if the clock had maybe expired.
USC Aiken 34, Columbus State 30.
And it looks like they are going to wave off the basket as time did expire just before. Or maybe not. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. The clock did have a delayed start. It looked like it had a delayed start, but that might have just been because of the long pass. Obviously, the clock does not start until the ball is touched in bounds. So right now, the official scoreboard shows 37-30. We'll try to get this all sorted out as halftime begins. But the Pacers are leading the Columbus State Cougars by 7 on that buzzer beater by Jalen McCoy, and we'll see how that affects momentum in the second half. But we'll be back in about 15 minutes. Don't go anywhere. back, and before we go into the second half, we'll go ahead and give you some of those first half stats. And as of right now, the score remains 37-30. And looking at things, the Pacers slowly taking over near the end there as they outscored the Cougars 12 of 28 from the field to Columbus State's 10 of 32 for a 42.9% field goal percentage to Columbus State's 31.3. At the three-point arc, 7 of 16 the Pacers were to Columbus State's 4 of 12, and both teams making 6 free throws apiece. However, 10 opportunities for USC Aiken, 9 for Columbus State's. Well, the board game was pretty much even. 23 rebounds for Columbus State, 20 for USC Aiken. Only one lead change, and that went to USC Aiken. They've held the lead since they got it, pretty much. And looking at the turnover game, a pretty clean turnover game. 7 turnovers for Columbus State, 6 for USC Aiken. Pretty even matchups. Individual stats leading the way in scoring for Columbus State was Preston. He scored 10 on the day, followed up by Anderson, 7. And in the third spot is Moore with 6 points. On USC Aiken's side of things, again, an even spread across the board, with the leader Gus Rowland at 8 points and 2 men with 6 points apiece, those being Pearson and Horn for the number 2 spot. Well, when the second half gets underway, we will be joined by Pacer alum Paris Ballinger. We'll be excited to have him on in a minute 30 as he will provide some color commentary and maybe talk to us about his post-USC Aiken career and maybe talk about some of his fonder memories as a member of the USC Aiken squad. But that comes up in just under 2 minutes. We'll be back in just a bit. Welcome back, folks. Marcus Johnson here, joined by Paris Ballinger. Paris, thank you for joining us for the second half.
Of course.
We'll get right back to things. Pacers with a 7-point lead over Columbus State as we get things going. So go ahead and talk to us about that buzzer beater right there. We were talking about it before we got on the air. But
yeah, that was a crazy shot. Believe it or not, they go over that play a lot in practice, and so Coach V probably feels really good about himself right now for coming up with that one.
Hey, I mean, if it results in points, he can never be too upset. Even if the play goes completely wrong, as long as you get some points out of it. The Pacers will get the ball to start things off here in the second half. It's been a pretty even matchup, honestly. You look at the stats, you look at the way they've been playing. What do you think that this USC Aiken squad needs to do to keep this lead or build on this lead to ensure coming away with a victory?
I think they take care of the ball and they keep pushing the pace. Whenever they're pushing the pace, they're playing their best basketball. So I think they keep pushing the pace because the lead should belong.
Well, it's a good start to the half as Terry Horn puts one up for 2 points. 9-point lead for the Pacers, looking to get into double digits.
Put a little pressure here on defense.
Columbus State moving it on up. Clifton with a pass on off, 3-point try for Preston. And Preston sinks it for 3, 39-33. And Columbus State answering right back, but I mean, this has been the tail of the tape for the entire game, yeah. Oliver gets it back to Rowland. Rowland with a fake step, moves up towards the free throw line, puts his shot up, and he puts it in for 2.
Got to string together some stops right here.
And so Columbus State again with the ball as they bring it up slowly. Moore passes it off. Haskin gets the ball into the paint. Shot goes up and shot goes in for Kaylin Clifton.
There we go. Way to push it, Gus.
Rowland getting it to Oliver. Back on out for Pearson. Pearson gets checked, looking for an open lane. Drives in hard towards the basket. Gets it to Black. And Black gets it down and draws the foul. Hoop and arm for LaTraven Black.
Great driving dish by
Line for the 3-point play.
Black really putting up some points here. Opportunity to add one more as he goes to the line. And it's 44-35 as LaTraven Black completes the 3-point play. Columbus State working the ball around the 3-point arc, trying to drive into the paint now. Passed on off, holding on is Chambers. Chambers moves in, puts his shot up, and Chambers able to sink it and draw a foul. So they are just answering each other almost point for point.
Neither team seems interested in playing defense right now. So.
And it's been weird. They either look like they're all on all cylinders on offense or firing on all cylinders on defense. And they seem to be matching each other in terms of intensity. 3-point play is finished off as Chambers sinks his free throw. They'll score 44-38 as 2 minutes have gone by here in the second half. Pearson giving it to Horn. Horn gives it right back to him. Puts a pass on up. Black puts it up around the rim and in for 2.
Aiken needs to hone in right here and get a couple stops.
Good defensive stop here. Good help in terms of building the lead a little bit more. Pacers with a decent lead, but a foul will be called. Looks like Pearson going to be nailed with that one. And Pearson is called on the foul. Now, when you come back and you watch these games, do you get an itch to suit up again, or?
It sucks being on this side of the court, but you know it's cool getting to see the guys I came in here with play. It's cool getting to see Tez play. Obviously, as a competitor, you always want to be out there, especially like now we're not getting any stops, and that's my thing. So.
Yeah, especially when it becomes a completely different thing when you have no ability to affect the outcome of the game. It's like all the spectators wonder about the pressure that's on you when you're in the game, but you stop and you think, like, no, you're under more stress because there's nothing you can do about it. I have something I can do. LaTraven Black getting called for another foul, and that's his third foul. He's getting into a bit of foul trouble early here in the second half, and that's not a man you want to see off the court. So at the line is Christian Chambers. His first shot is good. And now it looks like we'll see Anuri Castillo come in for Montez Oliver. Or not. It'll be come in for Black. Chambers' second shot is no good, and up to get the rebound is Terry Horn. Rolling with the ball. Rowland takes his time, lets things get set up offensively, and they'll just give it to Pearson. Pearson to Oliver. Oliver to Castillo. Back on over for Pearson. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Rowland with the ball. Running out of time here. Got to make something happen. Rowland steps back, puts a shot up, and that one no good, but it hit the rim, so no shot clock violation, but the rebound picked up by Anthony Moore of Columbus State. Chambers driving in hard, and they're going to wave off the basket. A foul called here on Columbus State, it looks like, and Chambers going to get called on that. Well, it's not the kind of stop you expected, but it's the kind of stop you'll take defensively when an offensive foul is called like that.
That was a great charge by Terry right there. Way to step in and take that.
For Pacers is number 14, Darius Bell.
And Darius Bell back out on the court for USC Aiken. He'll take the spot of Castillo. Rowland will bring it up, flanked by Oliver. Quick handoff to Horn. Terry Horn gives it to Oliver. Oliver's pass is picked up, but he steals it right back. Gives it to Rowland in the near corner, looking for three, and making the three-point basket. That's a way to make something out of a disaster there. A near disaster, I should say.
It's a great shot by Gus right there.
Just like they drew up in practice, right?
Oh, yeah.
At least that's what Coach Vanderslice will say in the postgame interview.
See if we can get some stops here.
Well, good pressure from the defense here. Columbus State moving in towards the paint. Runs into Bell. Shot goes off the glass. No good. Rebound picked up and put back in by Anthony Moore for two.
Got to get some ball movement on offense.
Rowland directs traffic. He wants Oliver to move in. And that's exactly what Oliver does. Pearson with it. Pass deflected around and out of bounds. It'll stay Pacer ball, but they have 9 seconds on the shot clock. But a full media timeout is called. 15 and a half to go in the second half. Pacers lead it 49-41. And we are back. 15 and a half to go in the second half. It's an 8-point lead for USC Aiken. They have the ball, but only a 9-second shot clock to their favor. Rowland will take the inbound pass as the clock begins. Oliver looking for a three-pointer, and Oliver puts it in. Well, they only needed 3 seconds on that shot clock to come up with 3 points. That's exactly what happened. Anderson with a pass on off to Thomas. Into the paint, the pass goes, shot goes up, no good, rebound tipped away, and Pearson comes up with it. Defense showing up there for USC Aiken this time. Pearson drives towards the basket, puts a shot up, draws the foul, and we will get a couple of free throws here from Jacoby Pearson. Kalen Clifton getting called on the foul there. Pacers with a chance to add a little more to their lead as they now have a double-digit lead.
That was a great push in transition there by Jacoby. I feel like that's when he's at his best, when he's pushing it in transition, making plays happen.
And he gets rewarded on his first free throw, 53-41. Second one is no good, but picking up the rebound is Bell. He puts his shot up. Darius Bell puts it off the glass and in. So you miss the free throw, but you pick up 2 points thanks to some heads-up play by Darius Bell. Anderson directs traffic for the Cougar lineup. Hand it off to Thomas. Thomas gives it away. Back to Thomas now. Tries to get in, passes it back on out to Anderson. Anderson driving in towards the basket, puts his shot up. No good! Oliver with the rebound. Rowland now bringing it quickly. Terry Horn on the near corner for three. No good. Rebound scooped up by Columbus State. Anthony Moore back the other way quickly, in towards the basket, and he will draw a foul and possibly have a couple of free throws here. It looks like Oliver will get called with the foul, but a pair of free throws and a trip to the charity stripe. Anthony Moore. First free throw shot is good, 55-42. Second attempt is no good. Rebound scooped up by Pearson. Pearson finds some pressure, so he'll dump it on off to Oliver. Oliver gives it right back as they start setting up the offensive scheme. Oliver passes it on in for Bell. Bell's pass is tipped away, and that's going to go all the way down to the other side of the court. Pacers will have to pick it up and bring it back in with only 6 seconds on the shot clock. Rowland driving in towards the basket, and he puts it in.
Great play by Gus.
And that is showing some growth here from this Pacers squad. As the shot clock winds down, they don't panic. They pick up the pace, but it's a clean increase in speed. Rebound scooped up by the Pacers as the shot couldn't go for Columbus State. Pearson bringing it up. Pearson trying to get around the defense, driving in under the basket, passes it out for Rowland. Rowland back to Pearson in the near corner for three. That one just a little bit short. Oliver, though, picking up the rebound, getting a fresh shot clock. Ball tapped out of his hands, but he's right there to pick it up. Oliver looking for the three-pointer. No good. Rebound snatched by Anderson. Anderson's pass off of the leg of one of the Pacer defenders. That rolls out of bounds. And substitutions will be made here. Tyler Johnson in for Terry Horn on the Pacer side. And Nelson Haskin on the court for, I believe, Hunter Preston for Columbus State. And Jalen McCoy, who made the buzzer beater to end the first half, will come back onto the court for DeMontez Oliver. Now he has a little bit more time to work with for getting a basket, though. Around the three-point arc, Columbus State setting things up. Clifton backs off a little bit as he's getting pressure from Pearson. Clifton moving in towards the basket, back on out for Thomas. Thomas looking for three. That goes off the back of the rim. Rebound scooped up by Clifton. Clifton putting his shot up. No good. Rebound tapped and blown dead by the officials. We'll get the call here.
Columbus State's head coach is getting mighty close getting a technical foul. A lot of yapping with the refs right now.
And emotions always run high, especially when your team is not in the lead. Try to get every advantage you can. First free throw try is good by Kalen Clifton off of the foul from Gus Rowland. Second free throw try is also good, so the Pacers lead now 57-44 as
Columbus State with a little bit of pressure. Force a turnover right off the bat. Try to speed the game up a little bit here, get back in the game.
And when you're trailing by 13, you got to start adding a little bit more pressure. And if your team has the stamina to play that way, it can be a huge game changer.
Yeah. I think they caught Aiken off guard on that possession. I think we'll be able to handle the pressure. We have a pretty mature backcourt with Gus and Jacoby, so I think they'll handle it well.
The Columbus State defense backs off a little bit, giving the Pacers some time to set things up. Bell with a handoff to Pearson. Pearson dancing around a little bit, looking for the long three-point try. No good. Rebound picked up by Bell, and we're going to get a jump ball here. Bell able to hold off two Columbus State defenders wrestling for that one.
Bell's doing a great job down there on the offensive glass right now.
And it It looks like we're going to have another media timeout. 57-44 is your score as we enter the under 12-minute media timeout. We'll be back in just a minute. And we are back, 11:59 to go in the second half. Pacers with a comfortable 57-44 lead. Over they are on defense as we come out of the break. Columbus State will bring it up.
Coach Aiken with a little bit of pressure, kill some time on the shot clock.
And I know it's always in the back of your mind, but at what point do you start saying, all right, we need to eat some more clock here? I mean, I know with a close game, you never want to eat clock too early, but when you've got a double-digit lead, do you start eating some clock, or do you want to keep the pressure going?
No, it's tricky. Every coach has different philosophies. I think in this situation with 12 minutes left, you never want to back off, right? You want to keep pushing until about 3 minutes. And once the game is in hand, it's a lot of time right now. 11 points could go, or 9 points could go away.
And the last 10 years, comebacks have been the story of all sports, it seems.
Yeah.
So you never want to let up that pressure.
Great Tyler Johnson right there.
And Tyler Johnson, impressive start to the season. He's been one of your go-to guys. As that one sails out of bounds, Pacers will take over on a miscue. Pacers have been on both sides of those comebacks recently, and we won't go into too many details because those are heartbreaking even for me to talk
I was a
about.
part of one of them.
I know the one you're talking about too. Jacoby Pearson putting one up and putting one down for 2 more points. 61-46 now with 10:40 to go. Columbus State trying to play a little hurry up here. Long three-point try is good for Lorenzo Alexander. Well, that's something that your offense can use to try to spark a bit of more life into it. Johnson with the ball, moving on in. Johnson with the shot off the glass and in for 2. And that's one thing you're noticing, though. Columbus State, they're willing to give up some ground on the defense because they need to get that offense going, and they need to try to steal the ball away, keep the Pacers from scoring.
Trey with another foul right there.
We will see Christian Chambers go to the line for a couple of freebies. Black getting tabbed with the foul. This Pacers squad, they've come out in the second half and they've really taken command of the game. And you can see Columbus State trying to get things to flow their way again. First shot no good as have some shift changes here for both squads. Second free throw try is good. Pacer lead cut to 13. Johnson with the ball. There's the pressure, full court pressure here from Columbus State, but they're able to bring it across the line, and that will drive the defense back into its own zone. Rowland directs some traffic, hands the ball off to McCoy. McCoy gives it to Johnson. Johnson giving it off to Hairston.
Oh, good move by Donovan.
Hairston, good move, but no basket as he comes up short on the shot. Porter Wilson passes the ball on off. at the far corner now, looking for three and not coming up with it as the shot was short into the hands of Darius Bell. Back the other way, Hairston looking for a shot off the glass, doesn't get it, but he draws the foul. And the foul will be called on Devin Porter Wilson, and the Pacers will get a couple of shots from the charity stripe now.
Donovan Harrison to the line for 2.
Tez checking back in.
And the first try is no good.
Going to be important for the Pacers to knock down their free throws this home stretch right here. Important part of the game.
They've got a little bit of room to work with, but when these kinds of games are a lot closer and you don't get those free points like that, it can be a killer.
Yeah.
I've seen games won and lost just on the free throw line. It really is amazing how those can add up. Well, 64 to 40, or sorry, 64 to 50, 64 to 40. That would be, oh boy.
That would be lovely. Less stress on Coach Vanderslice right now if it was 64 to 40.
That is the truth. Here comes a shot. Rebound picked up by Nelson Haskin. He picks up his own rebound and puts it in. Rowland back the other way, gets the ball stripped out, but the whistle blows the play dead. And now another substitution. Anthony Moore back on for Columbus State, taking over for Haskin. Hairston will inbound it for USC Aiken. Johnson gets it, looking for three from the corner, no good. Bell picks up the rebound, though. Finds an open man in Rowland. Rowland looking for three, also no good, but another whistle. Looks like a foul going to be called on Johnson here. That is the call. He made contact. Oh, no, it's going to be Darius Bell. I saw the four fingers. I didn't see if it was one or two on the official, but shaken up on the play, though, is Hunter Preston for Columbus State. We'll take a minute, make sure he is okay.
I think that's a foul that Coach Vanderslice wouldn't mind right there. Darius Bell going really hard on the offensive glass.
And they're going to go ahead and they're going to check up on Hunter Preston. So we're going to take a short break and be right back once everything is cleared to go. We are back. Fortunately, Hunter Preston able to get off and get some treatment. And we return with Devin Porter Wilson at the line for Columbus State. Shot no good. Oliver can't corral the rebound as it's tipped out of bounds, and that draws some frustration from Coach Vanderslice. Can hear him all the way up here on that.
interesting dynamic when there's less fans in the gym. You could hear so much more going on.
Well, the very first game, there was nobody in the building, and so I'm sitting here very self-conscious as I'm screaming about a play that's going well. Like, oh, wait, everybody on the bench can hear me. Columbus State on the offensive attack with Darius Jones. Checked by Hairston. Now he's getting double-teamed, broken up, and stolen away. But a foul will be called before the offense can get moving. Devin Porter-Wilson getting called for the foul, though, so Pacers will keep possession of the ball after the takeaway. Rowland checked by one man as he's going to bring it up. Hands it on off to Johnson. Johnson looking for Hairston. Hairston at the top of the arc, moves on in, tries to put a shot up, picks up his own rebound, and it's tipped away and into the hands of Columbus State. All alone with nobody there is Chambers as he slams it down with a flush for two. Pacers unfazed as they bring it right back anyway. Their lead now 10. It's tipped out of the hands of Rowland, back on in.
Timeout coming by Denver.
Yep, and back-to-back steals and scores by Columbus State draws the timeout from Coach Vanderslice. A 30-second timeout turns into a media timeout, so we will take a short break and be back in a minute. Sudden is a lot closer than they'd like it to be after back-to-back steal and scores by Columbus State, prompting the timeout from the USC Aiken bench.
See if Coach V get him back focused after that timeout.
And that's the risk you run when you start building up a lead. You start to get a little lazy on certain plays. Try to be a little bit flashy, but let's hope they've settled down after the break as the offense tries to get to work here. Pass broken up and stolen away by Columbus State as Jones brings it the other way. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound tipped up, bouncing around, and Columbus State coming away with it. Chambers with the rebound to get a new shot clock. Moore with the quick pass. Haskins' pass is broken up by Rowland, and Rowland runs into a man, but that's going to draw a foul on Columbus State, who's turned up the aggression couple of notches on the dial. And I think we're going to get another timeout here after such a short break. And it's another media timeout, so we can't even stay on the broadcast. We're contractually obligated to go to the break. We'll be right back with 7:32 to go in the second. And we are back. 7:32 to go. Pacers leading 64-56. Marcus Johnson joined by Paris Ballinger. And Paris, you had a decent career here at USC Aiken. Go ahead and tell us, a couple of your fondest memories playing here at the Convo.
My fondest memory at the Convo.
Well, just in general.
I would say actually my first year here when we played Pembroke for homecoming. It was a home game. We won the game. We were number 2, and they were number 1. And Jalen hit the buzzer beater to win the game. That was probably my favorite memory here. Or of course when we played Augusta in the tournament and we beat them, ended their season. That's always a great thing.
Yeah, beating Augusta can always be considered a top 3 memory in everybody's book. Rowland's shot is broken up. Columbus State back the other way. Pacer defense trying to get to work here, trying to poke the ball away. 3-point try is good by Christian Chambers, and the Pacer lead is now 5.
It's a big possession for us right here. We got to get a good shot.
Pacers slowing it up a little bit here, trying to get the flow back on their side. Oliver backing up as he's being pressured. Pearson able to keep the ball from going past the halfway mark. Back on out to Oliver, gives it to Johnson. Johnson driving in hard, and Johnson able to put it in. And we have a 30-second timeout here from the Pacer bench. Obviously, Coach Vanderslice seeing something out there that he doesn't like. Even though they get the score, he wants to get a time. I think he saw.
I think he wants to go over the defense. I think he's probably going to try to throw a wrinkle in on defense. Probably go back to that pressure defense they were playing earlier, the 2-2-1 zone, something like that. It's definitely a defensive timeout, though, for sure. I know Coach Vanderslice pretty well. It's definitely a defensive timeout.
Columbus State is definitely a cause for it. Their offense has been really good these last 5 minutes. Yeah. They've chipped away at an impressive lead that USC Aiken managed to have. Pacers still on top, though, 66-59 as play resumes. Columbus State looking to get the ball in. Moore passes it on off for Jones. Jones directing some traffic. He's met by some defenders. Pass into the paint, dangerous pass, but the shot goes up. Rebound, tipping around, still a loose ball. Nobody's got a handle on it as it sails out of bounds off the hands of a Pacer defender.
Got to get on the glass. Think defense, rebounding, free throws. That's going to be it's going to win the rest of this game. It's a close game.
Columbus State on the attack again. Chambers looking for an open lane, gets the ball knocked out of his hands, back into his hands by the Pacer defense. Rebound on the shot, picked back up. 3-point try by Chambers, no good. This time the rebound goes to Rowland, and he's able to bring it back the other way. Rowland with a shot, no good. Rebound stolen back by Chambers. And a foul going to be called here on USC Aiken, it looks like, as Chambers was bringing it in hard.
The foul is on number 3, Jacoby Pearson.
It's going to be Pearson who's getting called with the foul.
At the charity strike, Christian Chambers 1.
And Christian Chambers at the line now.
Donovan checking in for the Pacers.
And Columbus State is in the bonus as the Pacers with 8 fouls to their 6. Chambers puts his first shot up, and it is good, so he'll get another one.
Some pressure coming from Columbus right here.
Second shot, no good this time. Johnson up there to get the rebound. Pacers pull back a little bit. Columbus State applies pressure. Hairston bringing it past across the halfway marker. Johnson back to Hairston. Hairston gives it to Oliver. Oliver right to Johnson. Johnson gives it to Pearson. Pearson driving in towards the basket. His shot up, no good. Rebound picked up by Black. He picks up another rebound. Ball stolen away, though, by Anthony Moore.
Tough call. Foul on Black again. I believe that's what, 4? Or is that 5?
That's his 4th foul at least.
Yeah, that's 5. Black's out of the game. Probably gonna go with Bell here or Castillo.
That's a hefty loss for the Pacers for Black. And now, Bell will come in. And Black with 9 points on the day and was also your leading rebounder with 10. It was 1 point shy of another double-double.
Definitely would have got it if he wasn't foul trouble. Foul trouble kept him out as much of the second half, really, right?
Oh, yeah. Much of the second half and pretty much the end of the first half as well. Well, the first free throw try, no good. Pacers pick up the rebound, so even though they lose one of their top men, they come away without any points on the Columbus State side. Hairston with a lot of pressure from Jones. Gets the ball to Pearson. Bell now with it. Bell looking for an open lane. A little pushing and shoving, and he has an open lane to put the ball up and in.
Great move by Darius right there. I love seeing him being aggressive.
Now, I'll just say this. Had that been Rob Hill, the man who was here a couple weeks ago, he would have probably slammed that thing down and tried to break the backboard.
Yeah, Rob, 6'10". You can't coach 6'10". Can't teach 6'10".
Long three-point try here, no good, and almost knocked in by DeMontez Oliver. It would have been the first own basket I've seen of this year. But luckily it bounced the other way, and the Pacers come up with it. 4:06 to go, Pacers leading by 8. It's a much closer game, though, than that. At least it feels that way. Honestly, it feels like it's only a one-possession game at this point. Pearson driving in hard. He's checked by 2, gets his pocket picked, and it's brought back the other way by Chambers. Chambers, one man to beat, gets around him and puts it in for the basket. And another 30-second timeout. 3:45 to go in regulation. Pacers leading by 6. And they're going to turn that into a full timeout, so a 60-second timeout. It gives us a chance to talk to you, Paris, about your post-USC Aiken career. Obviously, you've managed to go on to Europe and have a little fun over there, I hear.
Well, the year immediately following my last year playing at Aiken, I had to come back to school to finish my degree. And then after that, I went to Ireland to play basketball, professional basketball in Dublin. It was a great experience, man. Different culture, being all by yourself is just a great experience. My team, we were really good. We finished in 3rd place before Corona took us out.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, COVID shut our season down early. My first pro season down early, but it was a great experience, man. I can't wait to get back on the court and play again. The market's been slow in Europe because of COVID. Obviously, a lot of countries are in level 5 lockdowns, and so obviously that means no basketball. But I can't wait to get back, man.
Well, it gives you a chance to come back, enjoy some of your old stuff here at your alma mater.
Yeah.
But do you have a lot of the guys coming back for your team across the pond?
No, not necessarily. I actually don't think I'll be going back to Ireland. I'll probably end up somewhere else because that's the nature of the business overseas basketball. Normally, you end up in different countries every year. So.
And not as stable, I would take it, as the NBA, where you play with the same guys for 5 or 6 years. But hey, at least you're playing. That's all you can say.
And you get to experience a bunch of different cultures, and everything's getting sloppy with the ball here.
And a little sloppy, but Rowland was able to come away with it at least. Looking for a foul call here as it's getting a bit physical underneath that basket.
Yeah, man, refs letting her play a little bit right now.
And putting the whistles in their pockets. And sometimes, you like that. Just keep the play going. Certainly makes for a fun atmosphere. The Pacers will keep the ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock, but they're going to wave it off. Looks like a foul called here.
Will be shooting free throws right here, I believe. Yeah, we should be in the bonus.
And Hunter Preston getting called. And Pacers are in the bonus, so we'll see how Darius Bell does at the charity stripe.
Gotta knock these down.
Bell at the line now.
That's a good shot. We just talked about it. Free throws, man. Very important in this game. Very important.
That is the truth. Pacers with only 10 free throws made so far. Unless this thing is not updated. But Bell knocks them both down. Big play there for USC Aiken. Christian Chambers with it now. Trying to get around Rowland. Rowland, some good pressure there. Staying with them. That's going to drive them back a little bit. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Anthony Moore now holds on to it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in towards the paint, and
that's a great play by Darius Bell. Charge on Anthony Moore.
Almost looks like a travel, too, so if they didn't get him for the foul, and that extra step might have done him in. Good defense by Darius Bell is coming off the bench and contributing immediately after the loss of Latraven Black.
A little pressure by Columbus here.
And that's just to be expected at this point in the game. Gus Rowland with the ball. Slows things down a little bit. Gets the ball tipped out of his hands. Picks it right back up. Puts his shot up. No good. Rebound scooped up by Bell. Bell looking for a shot. No good.
Looking amazing right now on the offensive glass.
But a foul called on Columbus State. Hunter Preston, I believe, gets called for the foul. And Darius Bell will go to the line once again for a pair of free throws. Looking to get that double-digit lead back here. And no good on the first try, so score stays unchanged.
With the brick.
I can't judge. I'm absolutely terrible at free throws.
I'll definitely let him hear about that after the game.
I'll leave that all to you. You go right on ahead. Now Bell unable to sink either one of his free throws on that trip. Back the other way. Tipped back into the hands of Rowland on the rebound. Pacers come away with it. 2:22 to go. Rowland slowing it up. Now you start eating a little bit of time on the clock, I would say, without making it look like you're eating time on the clock. Ooh, big collision under the basket as Bell went up for the rebound. And we'll hope everybody's okay. They went down hard.
Hit his elbow.
And Bell is going to take a little bit of time to get up.
Fouls on Pacers, Darius Bell. That's his third.
And to add insult to injury, he also gets called for a foul. But fortunately, he seems to be okay. No call for a trainer. No need to run to the bench. He's just a little shaken up. But, I mean, he is a trooper. If you remember from the regular season finale last year, he was one of those guys that had to play the entire time.
Cramped up the whole game. He played really well that game, too.
Especially when you consider how out of position most of them were.
Yeah. Well, they played like four centers, so.
We'll be talking about that probably for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a special treat, even though it was a loss,
and
just to be able to watch that.
Lander won the championship, correct?
They won the tournament. Yep.
They played Lander pretty tight too. It only had 5 players.
Yeah, and they had a lead several times in that game. Ball bouncing around, stolen away out of the air by Columbus State. Shot goes up, and Kalen Clifton with the steal and score cuts the Pacer lead to 5 with 2 minutes to play. Pacers need to be smart. They got to keep the pressure off of them and move the ball in. Just like that.
There we go by Darius Bell. Great pass. Great driving this by Gus Rowland as well.
Rowland with the clean pass. Bell with the slam and score. Good job by the Pacer offense. And Tyler Johnson, he almost stole it away. Ball on the ground, passed on off to Anthony Moore. But he steals it. He steals it away this time. Johnson up, and Johnson puts it in for 2. Oh, we were saying they needed to do something to spark the offense. Well, there you go. 2 big offensive plays, a steal and a score and a slam and a score. We'll make it 74-65 with 1:27 to go. We are going to go to a break as the Pacers lead Columbus State. offense got the spark it needed, and in a timely fashion, too, with only $1:27 to go in regulation. They lead once again by 9 points, 74-65. Columbus State with the ball, bringing it back the other way. Darius Bell stands up and knocks it out of bounds, deflecting a pass away, which would have been an easy 2 points.
Great stop by Darius Bell.
He's playing on a high right now.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Playing really hard. Can't ask for much more.
Columbus State inbounds it quickly. Clifton driving in towards the basket, gets his pass on off, but the Pacer defense swarming him under the basket. Bouncing around, that's going to get knocked out of bounds off of the hand of a Columbus State player. I think it went off the hands of Anthony Moore. And it'll be Pacer basketball with 1:12 to go. Oliver, quick pass, good no-look pass to Gus Rowland, who gets triple teamed, but there's a foul on the play, and the foul goes on to Ladarius Jones, and that was a bad foul to take because they were actually about to steal the ball away there. So instead of a steal and a possible score, it's a trip to the charity stripe for Gus Rowland. And Rowland sinks the first one, and it's a 10-point lead, 75-65. Second try is no good, however. And Columbus State on the attack. Anderson driving in hard, runs into Darius Bell, and I think they're going to tab Bell for a foul.
I think if he would have failed right there, he might have got another charge call.
His elbow's probably still a little bit sore. He didn't want to risk it. So we'll see Lorenzo Alexander go to the charity stripe for the Cougars. Looking to try to chip away at the Pacer lead again. First shot, no good. Score remains unchanged. Bell and Oliver just switch sides there. Second try is also no good. Oliver with the rebound. So a minute to go in the game. Rowland will bring it up slowly. Pacers leading by 10. Columbus State not applying any pressure, not going for the intentional fouls just yet. Ball rolled on to Johnson, back to Rowland. And it looks like Columbus State is just going to let this one play out. As the shot clock winds down, 6 seconds to go. Rowland looking for a three-pointer. No good. Rebound scooped up by Anderson. And now Anderson will bring it up. Checked by Rowland. Gets around him. Gets around Johnson as well. And he ends up passing it to what he thought would be his teammate. But the reason why Caitlin Clifton wasn't there is he hurt himself on the play. And he'll head right off out of bounds. You hate seeing that. You really hate seeing that. 28 seconds to go in regulation with a 30-second shot clock. Pacers will just eat up the remaining time. Now, you go ahead and kill the clock. Rowland just letting things wind down. Columbus State will allow that to happen as the post-game handshakes begin a little bit early. Pacers will come away with their third straight win, and for the time being be in a three-way tie for first place in the Peach Belt Conference, sitting at 4-1 in PBC play. But another win for USC Aiken, a 10-point win at 75-65 is your final score. Paris, why don't you go ahead and give us some of your post-game thoughts on this?
I think it was Coach V is not going to be very happy about how the game went. But, I mean, he's going to also understand a win is a win. They got the big lead, and they got a little unfocused, let Columbus State get back into the game, and he's not going to like that. But overall, I mean, they played hard. They were in a little bit of foul trouble, but they played hard. I mean, they earned this win.
And now they have the ever-dangerous Augusta Jaguars coming into town in just a few days' time. That's their next matchup here at 7:30 on the 27th here at the Convocation Center. What are some of the adjustments that you think Coach Vanderslice and this squad are going to make to go up against that Jag squad?
I think that he'll want the game to be a lot more crisp, a lot less sloppy. Take care of the ball a little bit better. You always want everything to be perfect when you're playing against your rival. So, I think they'll have a couple good days in practice and they'll iron everything out, go over the game plan. I think they'll be fine.
Well, let's hope so. That Augusta matchups are always good, and even in the COVID lesson season, I'm sure they're going to be intense as ever. But that game is not until the 27th. That'll be a tip-off at 7:30 against the Jaguars for their next game. All the post-game stats are being finalized right now. So if you are interested in how things went for each and individual player or how the teams fared all together, you can go ahead and check those out on Pacersports.com. All of the stats are available to you throughout the entire season, along with the season schedule as well. But Paris, thank you for joining us today for this second half. It's a pleasure, as always, to have some Pacer alumni join us on the broadcast.
Anytime.
But for Paris Ballinger, I am Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us today, and have a good one.